the weight of this and the balance, it sits a little bit back. The balance is a little bit right of center, however you want to describe it. It sits a little bit back in the handle. Some people may not like that, but I really do like that. Unless it's going to be a chopper, you know, something that you're going to be swinging, a chopper blade or one of those larger blade survival knives. I don't want all the weight to be up in the blade forward of the handle, because I want to have that control sit right in the palm of my hand, because I'm not going to be using this thing to do a lot of chopping and hacking. Could you? Sure, but that's not the design of the knife. So I want that weight to be back in the handle, as opposed to some of those larger knives where you want that swing weight to be out there on the tip to really deliver that blow. And again, that swing weight being out in front of the knife will allow you to really hack into that wood, whereas this will give you nice control, you know, as you're woodworking, bushcrafting, shelter making, fire building, and things like that. The overall length of the blade it's listed as 8 and 15/16 overall length. Just call it 9 inches for simplicity. So you've got a nice adequate handle. I have medium-sized hands, as you guys know, and you can see I've got plenty of real estate on this blade. There's no hand guards, but you've got a nice little flare out there which locks your hand in very nicely. And the jimping on this, it looks like notching, doesn't it? You guys know my criticisms of jimping and how I like them or dislike them, but this one really works. Those wide grooves remind me of the K-bar fin blade, fixed blade. Sorry, I'm having trouble speaking this morning. And you can see how wide those notchings are. I call that notching as opposed to jimping. Jimping to me is real, concise, angled, sharp edges, but these do a great job. These are nice and sharp, and I don't know if you can pick that up or not, but those edges are, even though you've got a lot of width in there, in between the notching, those edges hold really well, and I'm very impressed with that. When I first saw it, I said, I'm going to be critical of this. They're too wide apart. They're not going to do a good job. But those edges on that notching are really nice and you know, sharp. They're not going to cut you, but they're nice and rigid and sharp, and they'll hold your thumb in there very well. So there you go. Great job on this blade. Again, 440C stainless steel. If I won't knock over the camera. From what I read, it comes out with a hardness 57 to 58, so nice and sharp, not too brittle. You've got a 20% or 20-degree grind rather, not a full flat grind. You know, down to a nice sharp edge, very sharp out of the box. From what I read on this heat treatment, they use a triple, and I won't go into all the details. Again, you can read it online. You go into a triple. They have a triple heat treatment, which gets rave reviews. Again, this gentleman, Ray Ennis, has been making knives since 1973 and using 440C steel for the balance of that time. So it really seems like he's done a good job with this blade. Again, very durable. It feels really nice in your hand. I love that rear weighted balance a little bit, because it gives you great control over the blade. Full tang design. How's the fit and finish? Excellent. Excellent. When I look at my Carter handles, I want to see how do they lay against that steel. How's the fit and finish on that? And you can see there's no rough edges on that. There's no gaps in the handle and in the choil area. Very nice. No sharp edges. Nice and rounded. Beautiful. Just a beautiful job. The fit and finish on this is very well done. And just a great knife overall. So there's my review on this blade. Again, I have not used this in the field. This one's on loan from Rocky National, my friends over at Rocky National. So when they said they were going to start carrying this knife or start looking at the Entrek line, I was really excited about it. Wanted to get one in my hands and see how it felt. The reviews I've read from owners of Entrek knives are nothing but positive. So again, although I have not used this knife, I can certainly understand the weight, the feel, the balance, the spine length, the full tang design. You know, I can see this performing very well in those, you know, light to medium duty, and probably even getting into some of the heavier duty chores. Again, just because you've got a full tang design, the micarta handles are very durable. They're very slip resistant. And again, you've got a great spine width there for a lot of support and a lot of durability. So I think you can get a lot of use out of this knife. I think this knife will give you a lot of capacity in the field. Again, everything from skinning game to shelter building to fire making. And all the above. I think this would be a great companion knife for a hunter. The bushcrafter is going to get a lot of use out of this knife. So really, this knife can fill a lot of roles, and that's what I really like to look for in these blades if you're going to be spending around $100 on them. I don't want to buy a $100 blade that can just do one thing. I want to have a lot of capabilities with it, and I want the knife to have a lot of capacity. And that's what I think you get with this Made in the USA offering from Entrek Knives. Again, this one's on loan from my friends over at Rocky National. The website will be that direction, I guess, for you guys to check it out. The price points that I see when I pull them up online run really anywhere from about $95 to about $120, and I'm sure there's variations on either side of that. I didn't go through and look at everybody that's got them, but I'm looking right around $95 to about $120. Knife Center's got them for $115. Salt City Outfitters at $100. Knife Professionals at $100. Most of them seem to run right at that $100 mark plus shipping. I know Rocky National is going to be carrying them at $95, and I think it's $7 sort of flat rate shipping that they do. So check it out. Again, the Entrek Javalina. Awesome knife. Very happy with it. Fit and finish, overall design. Really enjoy this knife. I'd love to hear your comments on them, so go ahead and post them up. But I've yet to find somebody that's been unhappy with this line of knives. Check out the Entrek website because they've got some great knives on there. The Badger and some of the other knives. I think one of them is called the Companion as well. Just some really cool designs and some really functional designs, and I think you'll get a lot of utility out of a knife like the Javalina. Good buy, a sleeper buy, absolutely a knife that I would want to have in my collection. And again, my collection is for knives that are user knives, not just safe queens as they are called. And this one I think would perform right up there with some of the other $100 offerings. So check it out, Entrek. Javalina, there's my review. Thanks for coming along. Franchise Kid, always appreciate the support. Take care, guys.